Hi, this is Ethan Meixsell, and today I'm working with the Neuron pedal from Neunaber Audio. The Neuron is kind of a preamp pedal, so it's recreating the front end of an amplifier with a gain structure and tone controls and so on and so forth. And I found that using this in the studio, I instantly had a very usable tone, particularly for heavy rhythm guitars and heavy leads. You know, one of the things that I'm looking for in a pedal format for that, for recording, I want to feel comfortable as I'm playing, particularly lead stuff. I want to feel like, you know, I'm getting a nice amount of sustain from the guitars, but at the same time, I really need it to cut through. You know, very frequently, sounds that sustain well, you have a lot of low end, and that low end tends to take up a lot of unnecessary room in a mix. So this has a great deal of mid-range cut without being harsh. And that's exactly what I need to record heavy rhythm guitars in particular. So in addition to that, I'm running the Neuron through the Iconoclast, which is a cabinet emulator from Neunaber. And it just sort of serves to augment some of the qualities of the Neuron. I'm also running straight into the Neuron pedal, then into the Iconoclast, and then right out to my Black Lion Signature modded Digi-002 audio interface. So I'm not running through a mic pre or anything that's going to then change the tone in addition. So also, I think this is the first time that I've recorded heavy rhythm guitars without feeling the need to add EQ or compression in my mix. So they were just sitting immediately very comfortably, and I didn't feel the need to change anything. The leads, I did add just a little bit of mid-range cut to separate the tone from the rhythm guitars a bit. But in reality, you know, that's really just more about getting them to cut in the mix. It wasn't necessarily something that I needed to do to change the feel. I used exactly the same settings for the rhythm guitars and for the lead guitars. So I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of how this sounds. I find it great that, you know, these pedals are formatted so small that, you know, you can throw them in a bag as a backup to your main rig, or, you know, easily send this to front of house in a live setting and, you know, have a very flexible and detailed tone coming out that's going to speak well. Anybody who's gigged with guitars knows the challenge of getting your guitars to cut clearly through the PA without feeling harsh on stage. You know, very frequently I might get a sound that's cutting through, but in my monitor it just feels like it's tearing my face off. And, you know, I tend to really like something that feels beefy and full. So I highly recommend the Neuron for, you know, front of house application. You can use it as a drive for your regular amp settings, and also for recording. It's just a very, very easy solution. I love that the form factor is so small. I can just throw this in the back of a bag, and, you know, even if I had it to supplement or as a different tone from my main tone, it's, you know, immediately finding something that's very usable, something that cuts through effortlessly. So check it out if you haven't.